Let's take a trip down memory lane.
I'm like, this gay ass nigga jealous of me or something? I said that gay ass nigga was jealous of me because he in fact was a gay ass nigga that was jealous of me. Like, he looked fat, like, in his face. Like, I was just about to correct myself and say not trying to be mean and nothing like that, but it is what it is. You feel what I'm saying? If it come off mean, that's just how it's coming off. I'm not finna excuse myself for nobody no more. I don't think fat is a bad word. It's a descriptive word. It's nothing wrong with being fat, but he in fact is getting fatter and uglier. Rewire your mind. Stop telling yourself that things are okay because it's hard for you to accept that you don't like something. Because it's hard for you to accept that you're allowed to have opinions. Because it's hard for you to accept that you're allowed to have opinions that are negative to people. Like, I don't like them. I don't like that. Even if I don't like gay people or fat people, I don't have to go out of my way to be worried about them, protesting against them having basic human rights, or creating direct prejudice against them. But it also doesn't mean that I have to make space to protect or serve them. And some people might not like that, but I don't care. So if you feel like I'm disrespecting you or your people or your beliefs or something like that when I say gay ass nigga, or even if I had said fat ass nigga, like, click off the video respectfully, because you deserve to be in a place that's respectful to you and your beliefs. I don't feel like it's kind or respectful to force someone to be in negative environments. That goes both ways. If being gay makes you feel negative, and I'm also not allowed to say I don't like gay people, or else I'll get persecuted for it, I think that's wrong. I'm not promoting people go out their way to hate anyone that doesn't fit in their group. I'm promoting people be allowed to be left alone in their groups, and they need to leave other people alone too. Separation or exclusivity isn't the same thing as hate. That's me creating a bubble, a community that I want to be surrounded in, that is only filled with things that I like. Okay, I think that it's weird that some people think like, you're not allowed to do that, you need to let me come over there. Why? We don't even like you over here. Why would you want to be over here anyways? I think that's weird. It was a low blow. I intentionally wanted to say something hurtfully. I intentionally wanted to knock somebody away with it. I just want to say, I think that I was right in the lesson, but not integrated enough in the lesson. What I mean by that is, like, it's true. I should be able to say things that, you know, like harsh realizations about people that I perceive, because oftentimes when I don't allow myself to make those realizations, I push them to the back and convince myself that I'm wrong for even thinking them, and that maybe I should just ignore them or avoid them. But they should be addressed, they should be expressed, they should be something that's talked about. And a big thing for me, especially when it comes to that, is I like feminine men. I have always liked feminine men. I've liked feminine men since I was a little girl. And I used to watch videos of guys, like, on YouTube who were gay, though, for the most part. And they'd be, like, doing their makeup, or they'd be dressing in drag. And I just thought they were so beautiful. I thought they were so pretty. And I was attracted to that. It's not that I necessarily like women, it's that I like feminine men. And the problem with that is that a lot of feminine men are gay. But if I'm saying, like, oh, I shouldn't be, like, saying that about somebody. I shouldn't say, oh, maybe he's gay, or, like, oh, this gay ass nigga, right? And maybe it doesn't have to be as harsh. Surely it doesn't have to be as harsh, because the way that I was using it was meant to be hurtful. It was meant to be a jab at someone. And it's again, gay is not a bad word. Fat is not a bad word, but the way that I was using it, the intention that I had behind it, was intentionally to be hurtful. And I'm not hurting anybody, but the people whom resonate with that genuinely. And so, especially here on this space, right? In this space, right? And even in my own mind frame, I'm hurting my own self. The part of me that resonates with that genuinely in a healthy way, like, oh, it's just gay, it's gay shit. You know what I'm saying? I could have used gay, I could have used fat in a positive, uplifting way, but I chose not to. And I'm realizing now, right, that it's not about the thing that I was saying. It's about the intention behind it. It's about the way that I was saying it. It's about, and I think that there was a process that did have to be had. So, like, being able to say, like, gay ass nigga, like, just say it. Just admit it to yourself. Like, yes, he was gay. Or yes, he had feminine traits. And pieces of me didn't want to admit that to myself. Like, oh, that's what I like. So I allowed that to be hidden from me by others, right? Like, oh yeah, like, or just say like, oh, well, maybe it's not like that. You know what I'm saying? And now all of a sudden I'm happy, I'm excited, or I feel flattered by it. So it needed to be said. It's a part of the process. It's a part of the integration, and that's probably what you're going to experience a lot of on this channel, because I'm a human being, I'm growing, and I'm not perfect. And sometimes the shedding layers and sometimes the person that I have to become in order to integrate myself fully is not always going to look super pretty. And if that's a problem for you, if you expect me to show up perfect, I'm not. And you probably need to leave, because I have to allow myself to be myself. I have to allow myself to grow, even if it looks ugly, even if it is something that somebody else is not going to be able to really find comfort in. I'm not looking to bring comfort. I'm looking to grow. And sometimes that is uncomfortable. But there is comfort in that growth. Like, soon I'll be where I need to be. And so hopefully you can understand that. And maybe if you want to stick through with that and find that comfort with me, then that's awesome. Maybe we can grow together. I'm not going to judge you. Don't judge me. But the point of this also was to say, excuse me, I learned from my mistakes, and it's not really entirely a mistake. It's just a lack of integration, and it was a misalignment. It was not a complete representation of my own beliefs. And I think that's really important also to say, because I'm not apologizing for myself entirely, but I am apologizing for the people who might see that message and find offense in it, because that doesn't represent who I want to be. And that is gonna happen. That is probably gonna happen. The person that I want to show up as sometimes is not gonna be the person that I show up as. And I'm in the process, like I said, I'm in the process of integration. But I really want to be clear on my morals and my values, right? Everything that I said in the lesson, in the idea, I believe in. But I was not playing for the right team. So, like, when I said, I believe that, you know, I'm allowed to dislike people or not want something to be in my group, I find value in people with different body types, so I want that to be in my group. I find value in people who are gay, lesbian, bisexual, whatever, so I want that to be in my group. And so if I want that to be in my group, then I need to show up as that, as me wanting that to be in my group. I think it is important to have a community of uplifting all different types of body types, because I don't even have the, like, stereotypical standard body type that most people are looking for. And when I was a child, I wish that people told me, like, your body's okay, you're fine, you're just as who you are. And so it's not just for, like, people who are skinny, it's for all people, like, and all body types. And so I was misrepresenting myself, and I want to make this a community where people feel welcome for who they are. But like I said, I believe in the things that I'm saying, right? And I believe that, you know, I don't have to make space for people that I don't want to make space for, but I was playing for the wrong team, okay? So that's why I say it just wasn't a complete integration of everything that I believe in. I believe that it is wrong to be a liar, to be a cheat, to be a manipulator, and to be secretly sleeping with other people, whether you're gay, straight, bi, whatever. but I don't believe that there's anything wrong with being gay. And growing up in a family that was very homophobic, and I didn't know what my identity technically was growing up, or I questioned it every now and then. I wish that that was more acceptable. So that is the team that I'm supposed to be on, but I'm kind of creating a defense, or I'm being an antagonist towards it because of the pain that I have experienced. And that's why I say it's kind of complicated. It's more than just like a little bit, you know what I'm saying? And there's some realizations that need to happen to acknowledge, like, just because someone is gay or just because someone is fat doesn't mean that I want them to be on my team, because it's more than just being gay or just being fat. It's about morals and values, and that's why I say I didn't have to attack people who were gay or fat, because then I'm attacking potentially people who are also in my space zone. And I don't actually have, it was a low blow. It was a low blow. I intentionally wanted to say something hurtfully. I intentionally wanted to knock somebody in a way that I was deeming as easy. And so I threw out things that I knew that most people throw out, that my family has thrown out, that I have experienced as easy ways to target people, right? Oh, you're fat.
I'm not sure what you mean.
Oh, that scared me. Like, oh, you're fat, or oh, you're gay. And there's nothing wrong with it. It's things that people commonly talk about, commonly say to throw something negative towards somebody, but there's nothing wrong with it to me. And I intentionally use that to be hurtful. And it just goes to show that there are some things that I need to work out within my own mind. If I think that, oh, this is something to throw out at somebody, because it's not. You know what I'm saying? And if I want to allow myself to integrate with my own morals and values, I need to break down those own barriers, my own barriers that exist within my own mind. And against fat people or gay people, and like I said in my last video, I don't really have trauma around fat people, but evidently there's something there. And a lot of the times I notice it's not necessarily about my perception against other people, but it's about my perception against myself. Not necessarily that I'm talking about myself, but understand that it's not something that I have against you, but something that I have against something that I'm dealing with in my own psyche. That is a better way to put that. Because I'm not necessarily talking about me, but I'm definitely talking about something that I'm experiencing within my own mind or my own spiritual realm, my own psyche, or whatever. Is there anything else that I wanted to say? So yeah, I want to use this time to, again, just really appreciate men and women of all body shapes. I'm not living up to my standards. I'm not protecting the little girl that I was right now. And I don't want to be out here on the internet hurting other little girls or other little boys. And just repeating the cycle. It wasn't y'all who did it to me. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes fat people were mean to me, but it wasn't y'all. And it wasn't because they was fat. Well, it might have been because they was fat, but like they might have been mad because they was fat or something like that. You know what I'm saying? But it wasn't the fat, the thing. It was the fat, the feeling. You know what I'm saying? That they related to it. And so I don't want to repeat that same cycle of trauma. It wasn't the gayness that people were that hurt me. It was the fact that they refused to walk into that. It was the fact that they were just a liar. They were just a cheater. They were just a manipulator. And again, I don't want to repeat that cycle and blame the gayness, because that has nothing to do with it. There are plenty of people who are not ready to come out the closet yet, who are down low, but aren't out here being cheating, manipulative, and roping other people into their feelings of insecurity, or their feelings of not wanting to allow the world to see that, right? So yeah, and I think that's it. I think that's all that I wanted to say. just updates on my own integration, and again, excuse me, give more clarity about who I am as a person and who I'm probably gonna show up as. This is probably gonna be a pattern because this is my behavior. My integration sometimes can be extreme, and I'm gonna try and work on that before I just release it to the world. If I'm not perfect at that, give me grace. If I choose to show my imbalance, understand, or if I choose to do that, whether intentionally or unintentionally, to show my imbalance, please understand that it's a part of my process. And that's what I'm doing here. I'm just trying to live my life and grow and heal. And honestly, now that I'm thinking about it, maybe experiencing and showing that swing of imbalance is necessary. And I just want to be transparent. I don't want to be fake. I don't want to act like, oh, I got it all together and there's no skips in this. And, sometimes doing that in real time is the best way. And so, this is just me. My name is Ajay Healer. Thank you for tuning in to Healer's Hymn. Peace out.